And we would like to wish you a good afternoon right here in good old Granger, Ohio. We're having some fun today featuring the Highland Hornets, who are 18-4 on the season. And the St. V. St. M. Irish. Yep, St. Vincent St. Mary. They're coming in town for an exhibition match, a meaningless game, but don't tell that to Jay Grissom. Don't tell that to Todd Winston. Don't tell that Rob Hargrove. Don't tell that to any of those dudes over there on the third base dugout, or heck, even the first base dugout, because I want to see a competitive game today. Yes, sirree. Won't be easy, but you never know what can happen in the wonderful game of high school baseball. Again, we're 18-4. They are 18-9. Both are district champions. One will take on Hoban, that's St. V. St. M. The other will take on none other than Walsh Jesuit, and that is who we are taking on. It looks like we're getting ready for the national anthem in just a jiffy. And as the coaches shake hands right there, their head coach is Ben Shepard. Of course, ours is Jay Grissom, as we were just about ready for the national anthem. We can get this thing up and running. Let's hope we can get up and running. Thought Mrs. Grissom was going to cover public address announcing for me today, so here we go. High School welcomes you to this interscholastic contest between Highland High School and St. St. Mary. To honor America, please stand and join with the flag underneath. Okie dokie, it's game time. Now we have a bit of a different approach to this game today, considering the fact that once again it is an exhibition match between two very talented schools. Let me assure you that St. V. St. M ain't no joke out there, as you know, because well, they're a private school. We all know private schools always have those upper edge in recruiting. Alex Sloan leads off for them, followed by Matt Engelhart, then JJ Pytash, then Ryan Hurley, then Will Tober. After Will Tober comes Joe Danzy. After Joe Danzy is Aiden Reynolds, and then Quinn Yori and Brady Whitney with John Klimzak pitching for the Irish. What does our field look like today? Well, I'll tell you what it looks like. Looks like Jake Weber's pitching today. How about that? He hasn't had too much pitching this year, but hey, let's hope he's got what it takes for a good win out here today. Catching for him, none other than Cole Fernandez. First base, none other than Grady Gibb. Second base is Parker Janicus. Third base is Nick Dubkowski. Shortstop, Anthony DePompe. Left field is Luke Girding. Center field is Colton Winston. Right field is Casey Miser. And DHing is Dan Miller, but I did hear Coach Grissom say he wants to alternate between Stan and Logan Spate, number 24, who you can see right there. Yep, everybody's still practicing. Jake Weber, who had A good outing against Aurora earlier this year. Bundy had a bit of a rough start, but calmed down significantly as the game progressed. He is a junior. He's the only junior pitcher on this team. Sometimes he can be seen playing middle infield, Jake Weber, as he will hopefully have what it takes for a win today. It won't be the easiest task. And this is mankind going up against a fellow district champion, but we're not going to. Parker Jenkins looks like Mrs. Grissom said Payton. But everything's all good as we are almost ready to get this show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. So it is Alex Sloan, the catcher that's kicking things off for the St. V. St. M. Irish. I was going to say Fighting Irish, but I think they're just the Irish, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Good school, of course, LeBron's alma mater, as we all know and know by now. I'm pretty sure everybody knew that. It's no longer really a fun fact. Wasn't really a fun fact to begin with because everyone knew it. I mean, I'm not saying it's not fun. I'm just saying it's just a well-known fact. Anyways, we got Alex Stowing off for St. V. St. M out here on this glorious June afternoon. Yeah, we've reached the 6th month of the year. Hopefully the weather is finally going to cooperate out here. But anyways, here we go. Hornets Irish. First pitch is going to be a strike taking. Great to have you aboard, Tyler, as your play-by-play announcer. Weather in the 70s today, and clear skies up ahead, as you can see right there. If this lousy gimbal can work. There's a sharp roller to short. Anthony DePompei is going to throw down at first and get out number 1. This gimbal wasn't working. Anyways, Matt Engelhardt comes up to bat. Engelhardt, the shortstop for the St. V. St. M. Irish. Waiting out here. Come on, this hunk of junk isn't working. Anyways, the first pitch coming up here. Swing and a miss, so on. Good pitch there by the junior Jake Weber. St. V. St. M. did beat us in the district finals last year by a final score of 3-1. The 0-1's popped up foul. That's not going to be caught. That's just simply going to go out of play. 0-2. Now, hear me out, folks. They got 3 seniors on their team: Quinn Yori, Ryan Hurley, and Joe Danzy. Otherwise, everyone's a junior or below. 0-2's hitting the air out to right down the line. Casey Mize will try and get a good beat on it, but it hits off the top of that playground. Which Winston not a fan of what we're doing out there. But still nothing in 2 here. And Engelhardt waiting. Jake Weber misses along the way. Jake throws his first ball of the contest, but everything's still all good. 1-2. Weber ready. Let's it go. See, I told you everything's all good. Strike him out looking. That's 2. You know I'm always right, folks. JJ Pytash, he is number 80, is out left field today for St. V. St. M. Of course, Walsh schedule will be Wednesday. We'll dive more into that as the game progresses out here in good old Granger. The first pitch coming up here from Jake. Dillon is hit high in the air out to shallow off, going after Luke Girding. Luke Girding better secure this anyway. That's a 1-2-3 inning. Sunburn High God says Ty Winston, the assistant coach. Up nice and easy. 1-2-3 inning there for Jake Weber. I think now would be a good time to see the starting lineups. Yep, it's gonna consist of, let's see here, folks. Bona Winston, Anthony DePompei, Casey Mizer, who's looking for his 100th career hit here at Highland. Grady Gibb, Dan Miller, Nick Dubkowski, Luke Girding, Cole Fernandez, and Parker Janicas. Who's pitching for them? Again, John Klimzak on the mound for them today. Alex Sloan is catching for them. At first base is Aiden Reynolds. At second base, that would be Quinn Ewry. At third is Joe Danzy. At short, Matt Engelhard. At left field, that would be none other than J.J. Pytash. Center field, Ryan Hurley. Right field is Brady Whitney, and DHing is Will Tober. So Cole Winston going to kick things off for the good guys. And again, Wednesday's our next game. We're taking on the Walsh Jesuit Warriors in the high school Division II, Region 5 semifinals. Not the state semifinals yet, but mighty close to it. And I tell you, I want to add something to that right there. 2018 state Final Four Division 1. That's awfully lonely. That's just me speaking. On the mound again, John Klimzak, right-hander. Gordon Winston waiting off Anthony DePompe, Casey Miser. We'll see how Coach Grissom wants to play today, considering the fact that this is basically the closest you'll get to an exhibition match in high school baseball. Yes, sirree. Because there ain't no meaning behind this game, always compared to the eventual playoffs that are coming around soon. Righty against the righty, I see, for pitching matchups. What? Zach will have to go against two left-handed batters in Colton Winston and Casey Miser, of course. So Coach Hargrove jogs over towards the first base side. Colton's going to kick things off, I see. How about that? Klimzak is, let's see here, he's a junior for St. V. St. M. Coach Grissom clapping us on. So Colton's coming up to bat for the bottom half of the first inning, leading things off as always, taking ball 1 low, 1 out. All is going to be on the good guys out here, try and get something cooking. Coach Grissom talking with Mrs. Grissom up there in the press box as the 1-0 misses outside 2-0. Yep, no complaints about the weather, aside from the fact that it's a little bit breezy out here today. Let me assure you that. 2-0, getting ready to hear the pitch. That's low, 3-0, all right. Anthony DePompe, Wayne Patriot on deck. We'll see how Colton plays it. And the old 3-0 don't go, or 3-0 do you go? We'll see. Personally, I don't like to take on 3-0. Unless, of course, it's a hanger. 3-0. Colton taking the whole way. It's a strike 3-1. That one looked like it was put over the middle, but obviously I think he made the right call right there. Can't risk it on 3-0, let me tell you that. Klimzak ready again. Is 3-1 Colton is fouled off the caging. We'll try a 3-2 count now. It started off 3-0 to Colton. Windy day, sunny day, good day. A little bit chilly now that I stop and think about it. Full count. Get ready. Here comes a payoff. Colton gonna fight one foul. It ricochets back in fair territory. Yes, sirree. Seventh pitch of the at bat here. As Colton waiting. Klimzak ready. John's gonna get set out here. Let his next payoff going. Colton is gonna walk. He almost bit at the high pitch right there, but wisely decides not to. That's our first base run of the ball game. Anthony DePompe comes up to bat for the good guys. And it looks like number 10, Joe Danzy's preparing for a bunt. See if Anthony decides to drop one down or whatnot. See it in there time if I'm Colton. Oh, it's a bunt. That ball is going to be all the way back and taking second quite easily is Colton Winston. Thought for a second that hit off the bat of Anthony, but it didn't. That's always a good thing. It's a good thing. 1-1 here to Anthony. Colton's the man at second now. He doesn't have to bunt anymore, but the third baseman, Danzy, playing it. That one inside, 2-1. It's 2-1 here to the shortstop for the Black and Green Brigade. Getting ready once again. Pitch coming up. Runners going. It's a hit and run. It's fouled. Pitch goes some tongue. Colton, hey, get back, get back. Looks like he's ludicrous or something. 2-2. 2-2. Nobody out here in the bottom half of inning number one. Ready again here, Klimzak. Getting the sun. He's going to 2-2 going. Anthony swings and misses for strike three. Here comes a guy that could get his 100th career hit at Highland. That's right, folks. I'm going to Casey Miser. I don't know how many dudes in this school have recorded 100 hits for Highland, but it only seem that many. So here's Klimzak up to pitch against Casey. Not going to be the easiest task, of course, especially with the man in scoring position. That ball bounces, but it's blocked by the catcher, Sloan. Colton reached on a 7-pitch walk, really working, making Klimzak work really hard, I ought to say, to get on base for himself, of course. Pick off attempt, but he doesn't even bother throwing it down to second. Say, come on, 9, but we want to see 25 do his thing. That's right, folks. I'm ordering a good old Casey Miser. Taking the whole way, 1-1. Surprised he didn't try swinging for the fences on that, but hey, can't swing for the fences yet. Because, come on, it's scoreless, and it's only the bottom half of the first inning, rather. Run goes, and the hit and run is fouled off Casey. 1-2. You think he's thinking about 100 career hits? I don't know. What I do know is that he's thinking about Colton Winston trying to score him. That's what I'd be focused on if I'm Casey. So I'd be focused on. 1-2 coming up. And we just saw a block. So now Casey needs to lift one in the outfield, and it'll be 1-0. So Colton took second on a wild pitch and then took third on a block. Now the infield shifting in here on a 1-ball, 2-strike count with 1 gone in the bottom half of inning number 1. Casey's going to bounce one first base side. That thing rolls foul. And this guy had 99 career hits for Highland, future Ohio Bobcat baseball player. Going to join Colton's brother Hunter on the team. So 2 Hornets. That's pretty cool in my opinion. Next one, too. It bounces and Colton staying put. Ooh, I don't know if he would have scored one. I'm probably not, considering the fact that Sloan would have probably hustled a little bit harder had that ball, or in case he decided to score. And Colton, rather, excuse me. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Casey Miser waiting. Pitch. 3-2. He dropped it. Gibb waits patiently on deck. Unless there's a crazy double play of some sort. If you're not really in right there, as it's a full count. Casey waiting. Here's a payoff. He's going to whiff. Well, he can go down to first, but he didn't. 2 gone. Swung at ball 4. Always tough whenever that happens. Especially when it's a full count. Anyways, it's up to Grady Gibb to cash in Colton, the lone base runner for us thus far in the bottom half of the first inning. Gibb waiting, first pitch. And he will. Base hit. No, he didn't. It's caught. Never mind. I beg your pardon. Couldn't tell from this angle, but it was a fine catch by the left fielder. Take my word for that. JJ Potash on it. So apologies for that. And it's definitely unfortunate when you got the first run of the ball game, perhaps at third, and you can't score the first run of the ball game. But everything's still all good. It's gonna be 4-5-6-2 off for the Irish and Ryan Hurley, Will Tober, and Joe Dancy. Jake Weber returning to the mound right there on this glorious first day of June. And let me tell you, it's just great weather today. I know it's a little bit chilly, as I mentioned, but that's just for June. I take this over a 40, 50-degree day and on a June 1st. So me and the ordeal out for St. V. St. M in the bottom or top half of the second inning. Neither school scored in the first inning. We'll see if that changes in the second inning. It's eventually got to change. Unless, of course, this is like Wandsworth where it gets tied due to darkness and we see a 0-0 contest. That could certainly happen. I'm just saying. We're playing with the football right there. Why not have some fun out there? Anyways, the Irish beat us 3-1 last year. Their starter went the distance. Casey did get a hit. Dan did get a homer, but it wasn't enough. Number 11, Reed Oney right there was the man who got the tough luck loss. And let me tell you, that was indeed a tough luck loss for the good guys that day. When I say tough luck, you can't get any tougher than that, folks. Playing a private school really well and not getting the win is always frustrating. It's always especially special to beat a private school in the playoffs, but this ain't the playoffs. This is an exhibition matchup, essentially. I know it's a regular season game, but we're gonna say it's an exhibition matchup. Ryan Hurley's up. Ryan Hurley waiting. First pitch to Hurley. Strike from Jake Weber. I don't expect to see Dan Miller, Reed Oney, Cooper Richnevsky, or Josh Butcher out there, or maybe Josh Butcher, but at least the first three I don't expect to see. I don't even see Cooper in baseball pants out there. He's in shorts as the 0-1's upstairs, 1-1. I certainly don't expect Dan Miller or Reed Oney to go out there unless something crazy happens. Ball and strike here. Hurley waiting. He is going to swing and foul, tip it in the main. I like saying that really fast, as you know. 1-2. Ryan Hurley. Hurley, the center field. They got the DH on deck. 1-2. Jake getting ready. He's got one strikeout today. He's gonna not get his second there, but it'll be a ground ball to Parker Janicus thrown down a good hustle there, but he's still out one gone. Will Tober, number 6 for St. V. St. M, comes up to bat. St. V. St. M historically a basketball school, as you know. They got some good programs elsewhere. I think they've won the state title in football in the past. They've won it in baseball, maybe. I don't know. What I do know is that pitch is outside 1-0. Jake hasn't really thrown too many balls today. That's always good to see, ladies and gentlemen. And Cooper right there in shorts, so he's probably not going to be out there today. 1-0. Inside first multi-ball count today for Jake Weber. Ooh, he had to jump up to get that. No, Jake's not the tallest dude out there. He's more of a control guy, so like Cooper. As the 2-0 coming up here, the junior got some to swing and miss, 2-1. Well, Tober will be followed by Joe Danzy next. As it's a 2-1 count here with 1 out and the top half of inning number 2. Gun and strike 2 right there was Jake. So this count started off 2-0. It's now become 2-2. Jake trying to come back. Can he is the question. Cole sets up the target. Here comes the 2-2. Got him swinging on the off-speed pitch. 2 gone. Second strikeout today for Jake Weber. So each pitcher, 2 strikeouts apiece. Danzy up for St. V. St. M. He plays third base, as mentioned earlier today. Jake getting ready against Danzy. The first pitch coming up, and he will whiff the one. Looks like he was a little early on that thing. I don't know, I'm never good at determining when the things are early or late. I don't know when. I'm supposed to be the baseball nerd out here. Ooh, it's a little low. I think that was the right call, though. 1-1. The thing I wish we had was a press box behind home plate just so we could see things a little bit better. The Strongsville and Westlake have it. I've been to their stands. Those are pretty nice ball fields. 1-1's upstairs, 2-1. Danzy again, one of the 3 seniors on the St. V. St. M squad. It'll be Aiden Reynolds next after Danzy. It's 2-1 with 2 out. Pitch coming up. Rolled out to left field for their first hit of the contest. And their first base runner of the contest. So indeed, Reynolds will come up to bat. Aiden Reynolds, he is a sophomore. The Irish have their first base runner of the contest. I mean, you can't really be expecting a no-hitter on a day like this when both teams are just getting some practice reps in. Strike 1 right there by Jake Weber. Jake doesn't really pitch that much this year, but he will be next year, considering the fact that 13 of these guys graduated already. Pump fake as there's a swing and a miss, 0-2. The 13th already graduated. Graduation ceremony was back on the 21st, but these kids are trying to have 4 more wins from memory that will last a lifetime. 0-2 becomes 0-3. It's a good comeback there after a 2-out single by Jake. He's got 3 strikeouts in the contest. He's doing a good job today, ladies and gentlemen. Okie dokie. Who's leading off? Dan Miller's leading off. Then it's Dobbs, and that's Gerd. Gerd right there, number 4 for the good guys. Who's pitching for them? Number 9, John Klimzak, I think. Saw some action in the bullpen out there for the St. V. St. M. Irish. But Klimzak is indeed returning back to the mound for St. Vincent St. Mary. Good day out here. We got a 0-0 affair. And good old Granger, you can see it right there, hopefully. I hope you can see it. Yep, there we go. Good day. Hopefully it'll continue to be a good day for the good guys. Dan Miller, the designated hitter, coming up to bat to kick things off in the bottom half of inning number 2. Yes, sirree. Irish still practicing out there. Yes, sirree. Brady had a hard hit ball back in the bottom half of the first, but he hit inconveniently to J.J. Pytash. We need to support our man Jake Weber on the mound. He's doing a good job thus far. 3 strikeouts to 2 innings and 1 hit, 1 base runner. The hit, of course, being the lone base runner, as you might expect. And so it's Dan Miller that's leading off as promised for the Black and Green Brigade. Dan waiting for Klimzak to deliver. Here he comes. Dan takes for strike 1. Usually you don't see too many swings on the first pitch anyways. So getting ready again. John kicks, lets it go on 0-1. Highland 1-1. Of course, everybody that's starting today is a senior minus Jake, the pitcher, Colton, the center fielder, and Anthony, the shortstop. 1-1 here, and Dan takes 2-1. That's the thing when you got to do like Coach Grissom right there at third base. Guy you want to play for. Guy that you definitely want to play for, to say the least. 2-1 to Dan Miller. It's 3-1. As he claps on Dan, Mr. Grissom. Trying to get on base. Here comes the 3-1. Dan Miller wisely takes. It's Dobbs' turn to bat. They try a sacrifice bunt, and sure enough, the third baseman, Joe Danzy, does play in. So we got Coach Dobbs here. First pitch is Dobbs shows bunt. It's a strike 0-1. Yep, Mr. Dobbs in a different hat, but it's all right. He still made it. Dan's the guy at first. There ain't nobody out. Nick Dubkowski shows bunt again. He pops it up and pops it foul. So now he's got to abandon the bunt unless he's feeling lucky. I saw we tried to bunt BW with 2 strikes in our game against Johns Hopkins. It worked because our shortstop Turz got hit, and that led to a Sean grand slam. That was pretty unbelievable to see. Unfortunately, that season over now. Quite the season, too. 1-2, 0-1. Yeah, that was a phenomenal season. Always skank to the College World Series is not a small task at all. Klimzak ready. Let's it go. Lobs one right to Dobbs. He had to turn around and take it. So here comes Gerd to bat. One piece of appearance if he decides to lay one down, 2. So Joe Danzy plays this right here. Don't want him to hear my commentary. Up one kicking in indeed. Cole Fernandez patiently on deck. If I'm with the first baseman really playing in, though, Gerd does indeed bunt. He gets a good one down at third. Nobody's home as a throw down first is high. Did he stay on the bag? Yes, he did. That's an out. A 1-4 sacrifice, but have no fear. The first 2 runs of the ball game are in scoring position now with 1 out. Cole Fernandez. Third baseman in. That's, of course, Joe Danzy, as I keep on saying. So it looks somewhat shallow out here. Danzy definitely playing in. Cole takes 0-1. All he's got to do is lift one in the outfield. Should be an easy thing to do. Well, not really that easy, but anything that'll sit down in the outfield, and we will have our first run of the game. Anything that'll go at least in deep outfield, we'll definitely have our first run of the game. Cole is down in an 0-2 hole, however. Parker would be next unless there's a double play of some sort. We still don't have a hit today, but it's been 4 outs thus far and 3 base runners, so at least there is that. And until he misses high and away, that makes it 1-2 with 1 out here in the bottom half of inning number 2. Game buzzing by pretty fast, let me assure you that. Cole's getting ready. He's waiting. Oh, he's down swinging for the 3rd strikeout of the ball game for St. Vincent's John Klimzak. It's all right. Parker Janicus can do it. See if PJ has what it takes. It would be the top of the order following PJ after this. He's got Dan at 3rd, Dobbs at 2nd, 2 outs, however. Ball 1 low. Big will have to return to the mound in the top half of the 3rd west, of course. Coach Grissom wants to go with someone else. There's one hit in the air out to straightaway right. Easy play for the right fielder, and that's your 3rd out of the inning. Brady Whitney was the man who caught that. He's on deck. It's Quinn Yori, Brady Whitney, and Alex Sloan for the St. Vincent Irish in the top half of inning number 3. That wasn't good. Got two on with ain't nobody out and ain't nobody scored. But everything's still all good because this is a game where I'm not really gonna go to the extreme today. Definitely gonna tone it back a little bit. Oh man, that would not be good if we don't get a hit today. Yeah, you know me, I'm always paranoid about things. I'm the most paranoid man to ever live, as you know by now. Jake Weber returning to the mound as expected for the Black and Green Brigade. He's got 8-9-1 due up for the St. VCM Irish. So we'll see how things fare in inning number 3 for both schools. Hopefully it fares well for us and the Irish don't have anything cooking. It's the pitcher's duel today. It's shaping up to be a pitcher's duel. We got 5 innings left of this contest, that's for sure. Glad kill out there. Each school 3 strikeouts apiece. Be sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, bell icon. The goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers before the Walsh football game. Not before the Walsh baseball game because that's in 2 days from now, and there's no way I'm getting 21 subscribers within 2 days. That'd be nice, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. So they're going to throw in the baseballs out there. And takes it on a hop. Okie dokie. Top half of inning number 3 for us. So Coach Stubbs has the right hat on, a white hat on instead of the black cap. And St. VCM, I believe, is rocking today. They're in black, we're in green. But I'm pretty sure you could tell just by my commentary today. Yuri up. Yuri watches ball 1 inside. That one almost got him. 1-0. So Jake Weber, the right-handed junior, getting set. 3-sport athlete. Let's it go. Down it back. Of course, Jake, receiver on the football team, point guard on the basketball team, pitcher, middle infielder on the baseball team. And that, my friends, is what you consider a really good athlete. Jake's 1-1 coming up to Yuri. He shows Bunny, pops up Cole trying to get there. Drag bunt didn't work out. It went foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Leadoff man Yuri here in the top half of the 3rd. Even though he's the 8-hitter, he's the leadoff man for the inning, I ought to say. Jake getting the sign. Cole Fernandez catching, of course, as he always has 1-2 here. Dances away from Cole. Good thing Yuri didn't swing at that. He could have had a shot at going to first on that. On the old drop 3rd strike. 2-2 coming up, and Weber misses again. That's low. 3-2. In danger of walking his first batter of the game, and Yuri. Brady Whitney of his game. Brady Whitney waits patiently on deck. 3-2. Payoff. Got him walking. He thought it was or ball 4, but nope. The home plate umpire says that was strike 3. Yuri tried to sell it, could not. 1 gone. Take that every day of the week, folks. So now number 20, Brady Whitney, the right fielder who caught the last out of the bottom half of the 2nd, is up. Whitney here will launch ball 1. 4 strikeouts for Jake, 3 for Klimzak. So right now, indeed, a pitcher's duel. 1 hit combined. It was given up via Jake as this one's popped up foul out of play. The only man who has a hit today is Joe Danzy, St. V. St. M's 3rd baseman. 1-1 with one out here in the top half of inning number 3. Jake Weber let to go. Firing strike 2. That makes it 1-2. Of course, whenever you're on a baseball field, you gotta be like a golf commentator, especially when it's high school baseball. There ain't too many fans, unfortunately. Wish there were. 1-2. Jake Weber misses that one. A waste pitch if I ever saw one. 2-2. Whitney, and then it'd be Alex Sloan fouling Whitney. So Jake gonna let it go right here. And he got him looking. Back-to-back strikeouts in the inning. That means 5 strikeouts for Jake and 2 retired. No, Alex Sloan is up. Of course, Wednesday will be at Gilmore Academy when we take on the Walsh Jesuit Warriors. Winner of that game is probably going to get Lakewood West. Of course, Shaker Heights has some magic up their sleeves. First pitch here. Ooh, it missed by the slightest of margins, 1-0. I had a doubt that the Red Raiders, Shaker Heights Raiders, are going to pull off an upset because Lakewood's just too darn good. Strike 1. Good pitch there by Jake. Alex Sloan, again, 0 for 1 this thing. Waiting here. Pitch. He swings and misses. He grounded out to Anthony last time, and his only time up thus far today. Getting set again. Here comes Jake's 1-2 offering. A waste pitch. He tried to get him to chase after that, but everything's still all good. It's 2-2. Alex Sloan just watched that thing dance to the backstop. Again, good thing he didn't go on the old drop third strike. 2-2, Jake Weber. Can't finish him off yet. It's upstairs. Is a full count as Matt Engelhart would be next. Unless Jake can get this dude out. Payoff coming up right here. Jake Weber gives up a fly out to right. Casey Miser will catch it. So Jake doesn't strike out the side in order, but he does get a 1-2-3 inning. He'll take that every day of the week. I know I'd take that every day of the week. He's all smiles after that top half of the third. He'd be all smiles too after that. I know I'd be all smiles. Colton Winston's leading off, followed by Anthony DePompe, followed by Casey, looking for hit number 100 here at Highland and in his high school career. John Klemzak returning to the mound. That is a question that will be answered relatively soon. Looks like they have some guys jogging out there. So Klemzak is indeed going to return if it looks like it. He's number 9 for SVSM, and I do see a number 9 indeed. So Klemzak has 2 no-hit innings thus far this contest. Jake has 1 hit through 3 innings, rather. As this game has definitely been a good one, to say the least. Let me assure you that. Donuts on the scoreboard today thus far in this contest. So the catcher's phone returns out there. Colton, Anthony, Casey. Those are the dudes that are kicking off the bottom half of inning number 3 for us. Game definitely going by pretty fast as of now. We'll see if that changes or whatnot. We will see soon. It's a good pitch right there. Colton drew a walk last time. Got to third eventually. And he just stood at third because he didn't score. Whoops. Excuse me for 1 second. See how Danzy plays this one. Joe Danzy, the third baseman for St. V. St. M. Colton watches strike one, taking 0-1. Walked on a full count, Colton last time. So had 3-0 as well. Lobs on low and away. So 5 Ks for Jake, 3 for Klimzak through 2.5 innings played combined. Getting set again. Here comes the pitch. That one just dances to the backstop, and we thought it hit him, our dugout, but it didn't. 2-1 to Colton Winston, the center fielder for the good old Hornets. Klimzak waiting. Let's it go. Oh, that's some gas right there. Colton can't catch up. 2-2. Or St. Vincent. I believe they beat Walsh earlier this year. So maybe if we beat them, that'd be good. 2-2. You got him looking. 4 strikeouts now for Klimzak as Anthony DePompe's up. Anthony also a strikeout victim today. He went down looking. My memory best suits me right. Both pitchers looking masterful out here thus far in this contest. Klimzak floats strike one in there, 0-1 to the shortstop for us. Klimzak waiting again. His 0-1 offering. Ball low and away. Casey is definitely hoping for hit number 100 today. Is on deck. 1-1, one out here in the bottom half of the third. Anthony, he's way out in front of that one. 1-2 to Anthony DePompe. So Klimzak standing tall right there. Gonna let his 1-ball, 2-strike pitch go, and Anthony wisely decides to lay off. It is a 2-2 count to the junior. It's 2 juniors that lead off for us in the batting order, and then it's all seniors from there on out. Klimzak can't finish him off yet. It's fouled back. Let's hope he doesn't finish him off. We need to hit like crazy. I mean, we've gone 2 1/3 inning of this contest, and I haven't picked up a single hit. But no hit once this year. I'd hate to be no hit twice. I know it's way too early, but still. 2-2. Anthony's going to roll on first base side. It is picked up in foul ground. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up here. And of course, Jake Weber's just doing really good thus far today. 3 innings, 5 strikeouts, 1 hit. There's a bouncer right back to a jumping Klimzak. That's 2. Casey Miser looking for his 100th career hit out here in a Hornet uniform. There's only guy that could do it. Be Casey Miser. And they're going to take the ball out of his hand. John Klimzak's day already done. My goodness. He is done for the day. New pitcher will greet Casey Miser. So 2 2/3 innings, did not give up a single hit, but he did give up 3 base runners. Alrighty. Looks like it's number 22 for them that's going on the mound for St. V. St. M. Let's see who that is. Number 22 just so happens to be, let's check here. Don't see a 20. Oh, Aiden Roberts. That's who. Aiden Roberts. Roberts is a sophomore. Didn't see a 22 for a second. It's not in alphabetical order. It's not in numerical order either. It's just in random order. And that's strange, folks. But anyways, Aiden Roberts pitching for St. V. St. M. and Casey Miser, the first batter to greet him here in the bottom half of the third inning with 2 gone. Good crowd here for an exhibition June match. We had no idea about. I had no idea about at least until this morning when Mrs. Grissom emailed me and said, "Hey, we got a game this afternoon at 5 p.m." And I'm like, you know what? Why not go here? Casey Miser, he's leading off, or not leading off. He's the first batter to greet Roberts. So Ben Shepard takes Klimzek out of the ball game early. I know they're not really trying to do much today, but still, a little surprised by that. Casey's right. Let's see what Casey's got in stock out here. It is 0-0 in the bottom half of inning number 3. Big left-hander waiting. And he's going to turn around on that one, dance away 1-0. 99 career hits for Casey. It's pretty impressive if I were to say so myself. That's not going to be 100. That thing's going foul. Heads up. There it goes. Kids are racing for the ball. Look at that. Aiden Roberts, the sophomore, ready. He will let it go on 1-1. Casey wisely takes upstairs 2-1 to the senior. And running again. 2-1. Casey Miser. Did he get hit on that? No. 3-1. Gibbs on deck. He would be next. Let's hope he comes up at least. That's what you want to see. You want to see a 2-out rally out here. We've had 3 base runners today. The Irish just won, but they have the only hit. 3-1 here, and Casey Miser fouls it back, making it a full count. That ball went even further than the last one. The kids are going to have to hurry for that one. Yep, kids always stampede for baseballs. That's the fact. The payoff coming up. Casey Miser is going to bounce one towards first base. Easy play there, stepping out of the bag, Reynolds. It's 3 no-hit innings for St. V. St. M in the ball game. But the good news is Jake Weber is doing a good job. He has only given up 1 hit thus far. I would assume Jake Weber is coming back, and there he is. Don't want to light a match through your bullpen. Don't want to light a match through your starting rotation out here on a day like this, especially when Jake Weber's doing a good job. That's just me speaking. Englehart, Pytash, Hurley. They wait off for the St. V. St. M. Irish. Everybody practicing out there with the baseballs. Gibbs yet to get back out there. There we go. Josh Butcher, Connor Dean throwing the football around with Dan Miller, Logan Spate. Zeros on the board as we've only played, 3 full in this contest. Game going by mighty fast. We'll see if it continues to go mighty fast or whatnot. Top half of inning number 4. Jake Weber, 5 strikeouts, 1 hit. He is outlasted Aiden Roberts. Will not get a win. So here we go. Top half of inning number 4. Cole guns it down to Parker. And Englehart. He's the batter, at least, for St. V. St. M. Lighting things up for them. And again, 2, 3, 4 for St. V. St. M. I see Josh Butcher right there on the right of your screen. He might be filling the bullpen rather soon. This pitch coming up. And away. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes to Matt Engelhart. Matt Engelhart has to dance inside for that one. Dance away from that one, rather. 2-0. The leadoff hitter for them in the top of the fourth. Jake letting it go. Foul back. 2-1. 2-1 to the shortstop, who happens to be a junior. Top of the fourth again, 0-0. Jake Weber lets it go. Jake Weber gives up a roller to Nick Dubkowski, lets that ball go past him. It's all right. I see him going to roll that in error, but it's all right. JJ Pytash comes up to bat for the Irish. Might be cooking out here, folks. Be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout, ladies and gentlemen. So if Engelhart dares to go down second with Pytash at the plate, or Pytash daring to bunt, but he's going to foul one back 0-1. One hit for St. V's St. M, 0 for us thus far. Very potent offense we got, and nobody has picked up a hit yet. Again, a meaningless game, but still. And on 0-1, the runner's going to go down. St. Cole Fernandez is just going to eat it, breaking up any hopes and dreams of a double play. 1-1, nobody out. The Irish really starting to threaten out here. Jake eyeing the run second. 1-1 here's it high in the air out to shallow center. Does Colton Winston have it? Oh boy, he may not, but he does. We really had to dart in to get that ball. One carried it. We got the American and Ohio flags out there. They're pushing in today. Ryan Hurley, he's the batter for St. Vincent. There's one out and a dude at second for the Irish. As in, I wish the Irish don't score this inning. Will I get my wish right? Will my wish come true, rather? Okie dokie. First pitch. High and away to Ryan Hurley, the center fielder for St. V. St. M. Nobody playing close to the bag out there yet. Anthony behind the runner at second. 2-0. Reached on neck error. We'll see what Jake has in stock. He's down 2-0 here to center fielder, and now he's down 3-0 to the center fielder, Rylan Hurley. Rylan Hurley, not Ryan Hurley, excuse me. On deck is Will Tober. 3-0 from Jake. He will fire strike one at last. 3-1. Good comeback right there. Let's see if Jake can bounce back now. 3-1. Has not issued a walk yet today. Gonna try and pick him off at second, but he spins instead. 3-1 to Rylan. Jake again looking at second one there, trying to pick him up. No, he won't. 3-1. It's swung on out to deep center field. Colton Winston trying to get there. He will run, tags down at third. Good cannon down at third. Nick plays it on a hop. That was a good throw by Colton, despite not getting Engelhart out, as Joe Danzy, who has their only hit today, is up. Oh, it's Will Tober, I beg your pardon. Will Tober. Will Tober, the designated hitter for St. Vincent St. Mary. So on strike one, 0-1. That's a good pitch, let me tell you that. Let me tell you that. Nothing in one with 2 out. Man in third. It's Englehart. Pitch coming up. 0-2. That's good. That's much better. Now Jake perhaps a strike away from getting out of this inning unharmed despite the leadoff man reaching base. Tober down in an 0-2 hole. Jake trying to get 6K of the game. That's definitely not a strikeout. That's just way upstairs. Good job by Cole to get that. Before he could ricochet back and perhaps score Englehart. Anything that drops in the outfield is definitely scoring Englehart. And on 1-2, Jake Weber fires away again. Count that star off 0-2 has now become 2-2, but Jake's still in the driver's seat. Now the last thing you saw 2 more balls, whereas 1 more strike. If you know what I mean. Hopefully you know what I mean. 2-2, 2 out the pitch. Gotcha. 6 strikeout for Jake Weber, and so the leadoff error does not come back to haunt us. Jake dances out of danger unharmed. It will be the bottom half or middle of the order, rather the meat of the order for the Black and Green Brigade, consisting of Grady Gibb, Dan Miller, and of course, Nick Dubkowski. Which I grew up talking things over with Josh Butcher. We might see Josh out there soon. I'm just saying. Again, a meaningless game out here. I don't know if Jake's day is done or whatnot. Might be. Had himself a good one today. 4 innings, 1 hit, 6 strikeouts. Pretty good, Jake. Tell you that. Yep. That's not easy to do. So again, the man of the order with Grady, Dan, and Dobbs. Not had a base runner in a while. We haven't had a hit at all in this contest. As this old pitcher's duel continues to move on. Halfway home at least. Zeros, donuts on the scoreboard. So on the mound still is Aiden Roberts. Roberts being the sophomore. As here they go, just getting ready out here. Put the baseballs back, I see. Gibbs coming up. Sharp line out to left last time. As if we turn this around, there's Josh Butcher practicing in the bullpen. That was indeed a sharp line out. That was way back in the first inning for Gibb. Grady swings at a high pitch and fouls it back. 0-0. St. Vincent 18-9 on the season. We are 18-4. Got to the 4 losses in just a second as the 0-1 of Gibb dances away and back. But anyways, 4 losses. Revere the no-hitter, Talmadge, Brunswick Senior Day, and Medina, which was a half and half day between Dan and Reed. 2-1 of Grady. So say the least. And in that Talmadge game, we had the tying run 90 feet away from scoring in the bottom of the 7th. So the 2-1 coming up here from Roberts is fouled back. Who that? The umpire, he all right? Hopefully he is. So say we could quite easily be undefeated. Yeah, I could quite easily see that. 4 losses, but all 4 losses. 1, of course, a no-hitter. 1, of course, being a game when he had the time run. 3rd one being the Senior Day game, and the other one, your starters split it as there's a bouncer up to short. Good glove there. Throw down to first, one gone. Matt Engelhart on that play as Dan comes up to bat following Grady being retired on that bouncer to short. It's been a very successful season for us. Conference champions for the third time the last 4 years, for the last time on the American side, of course. And of course, waiting for a district championship in 8 years. We finally got one. Strike one to Dan Miller. Ball one inside. Ball two inside, I believe. It's 2-0 to Dan. Excuse me. And Roberts lets it go. Ooh, he tried to crush that ball, and he got absolutely nothing. 2-1. More than halfway home now is a 2-1 miss as well, 3-1. Dan did indeed walk last time. He might walk again. Giving up a base runner today, the new pitcher, Aiden Roberts. He's got the first two guys he's faced out in Casey and Grady. Dan's going to hit one high in the air out to left center field. Center field calling off everybody to make the catch. Two gone. That means Dobbs comes up to bat. A good catch by Ryan Hurley. No hits for us thus far. We've gone 3 2/3 all the way through this contest. That ain't good. Swing and a miss. Nick had no chance on that. I don't know if Josh is going to be out there on the top of the fifth. I would assume he is, just judging by what everyone was doing. Is Nick's going to pop one foul, heading for a car back there. More luckily not. But not lucky is Nick. He's down 0-2. And Aiden Roberts here just got him looking. 4 shutout innings apiece for both schools. 1 hit for St. V. No hits for us. And I would assume Josh Butcher's going to be back out there. Unless, of course, we still want to roll with Jake. Yep, Josh will indeed be out there in the 5th inning, I believe. I believe correctly. It is 0-0 here. WHBW is a home of Highland Athletics. Some BW stuff. Be sure you hit the like button, subscribe button, bell icon. You got to know when we go live. Next time we'll be going live will be on Wednesday when we take on the Lawrence Jesuit Warriors at Gilmore Academy for the regional semifinals of Region 5. Of course, that game will be an audio-only broadcast due to the fact that, I don't know, it's the playoffs. Cole giving Josh some words of encouragement, I would assume. Joe Danzy, Aiden Reynolds, Quinn Yorey, that's 6, 7, 8, 2 up for the St. V. St. M. Irish. Josh getting ready to get out there. Probably the number 4 guy for us in the rotation, but when you got a guy like Josh who's number 4 in the rotation, that's typically meaning you got a really good rotation. That guy would be an ace elsewhere. But Josh Butcher's just a great pitcher. I cannot harp on that, ladies and gentlemen, but I'm pretty sure we all know that by now. Good pitching, good hitting, good fielding. It's all in a day's work for the Highland Hornets. Josh has only given up 2 earned runs all season long. Both were inconveniently to Brunswick on senior day when we decided to go with all our seniors. Can't blame Coach Grissom for that. I mean, hello, it's senior day after all. You got to do it. I hope you know. Joe Danzy, who's got the only hit for either school today, leads off in the top half of inning number 5. It's been a pitcher's duel, to say the least. Looks like Logan might be going out there. The bullpen's he gonna warm up? I don't know. What I do know is that Joe Danzy leads off. He had a single to left field. If not for Joe Danzy, we got 2 no-hitter alerts. First pitch. That one goes all the way to the backstop. My goodness. It's all right, though. Josh needs to get those nerves out of his system. He will. He's a good guy. He's a good pitcher. He's a good golfer, good basketball player. Pretty sure we all know that by now. One was a strike, 1-1. Ash, one of the 13 seniors on this squad, of course, was on the basketball team that won back-to-back conference championships. He's going to fold in strike 2, 1-2 now to Joe Danzy. Josh, going to let it go. And that one spoiled foul, third base side. Third base coach can't get a play on it. That's all right. Mr. Dubkowski gives it back to Mr. Butcher. Butcher's right. Josh, 1-2 again. He went around. He definitely went around. Cole's got to get it down. Oh, he didn't go, said the first base umpire. I could have sworn he went. They just waited, an appeal, and then no swing. So all that for nothing. 2-2, Josh. Got ball 3, I guess. A little inside, maybe. And Reynolds on deck. They have not walked at all today. They've had 1 hit, 1 reach on there in the full count, and now they have a walk. Start off 1-2 as well, but one thing you got to do for Josh, walk back in. Ed Reynolds won't be the easiest guy to deal with, let me tell you that, folks. Aiden Reynolds with Danzy at first. And ain't nobody out in a scoreless affair. Reynolds, the first baseman, watches inside. Josh has thrown 5 balls and 3 strikes today. An ideal start, but everything's still all good. Josh usually gets in trouble and usually dances out of it. That's what I've noted this year at least. He fires strike 1, thus making an even count 1-1. Whoa, what's going on? I don't know. 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh Roddy again. He's got Joe at first and he fires low. 2-1 now. Josh needs a ground ball like crazy, preferably to Anthony or Parker. That would be Dr. Nice. Throw down first, and they didn't get him. Well, believes that. That looked mighty close. That was a good move by Josh. He just didn't get him. I'm surprised by that, ladies and gentlemen. Reynolds bunts and gets one down to Josh. He slips and falls. A runner to second. Looks like the Grass Gremlins got Josh Butcher on that thing. Is Josh all right is the question now. Now SVSM, as I assume they'll rule that their second hit of the day. They're threatening. There ain't nobody out. Cole Fernandez, a really good catcher, gonna talk things over with Josh. Number 4, Quinn Yuri's up. Quinn Yuri, rather. 2 on, nobody out for St. Vincent M in the top half of inning number 5. Josh needs to really relax down here. Won't be surprised if Yuri tries to bunt. Oh, he does, and he bunts it back. Now, if you're Nick, you're really gonna play in, I think, but we'll see how he does it. I don't know. I'm not the coach. Don't listen to me. Brady's playing in. He's really in, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that. He's anticipating the bunt. Drag bunt, ball one. Dobbs going to play at third. Looks like we want to go get that out at third. Zanzi at second. Reynolds at first. No one out here in the top half of inning number 5 in a scoreless contest. 1-1 Josh Butcher. That's a good bunt. That's a beautiful bunt. Josh is going to have to put that in his pocket. Down the line at third when Dobbs was playing nowhere near the line. And sure enough, they got the bases loaded. There's nobody out. Do you see Connor Dean practicing out there in the bullpen? See if Connor's going to have to check in or whatnot. That's their third hit of the day. Brady Whitney, the number 9 hitter's up. Josh needs to really get something going out here. Looks like we're going to trade a ground ball for a run. Ball outside. Josh usually reliable out there, too. Very odd to see him struggle out there. I got a meaningless game, but still, you want to win these meaningless games. That's always nice. Horner's playing in. Showing bunt. That's a strike. You got to throw down or don't. That's actually number 21 at third. That would be Anderson Campbell at third. So it's 1-1. Josh needed that. We'll see if the corners play in and prepare for the bunt. Ball upstairs. Josh hasn't pitched in a long time, so you would assume he'd be a little bit rusty out here. That's exactly what's been going on right now. 2-1 coming up. Fire strike, too. That's exactly what you needed if you're Josh Butcher. 2-2 to number 20, Brady Whitney. Josh needs an out like crazy. Probably not anything in the outfield either. 2-2 coming up. Pops it foul. Ain't nobody gonna get that. Yeah, in the bullpen as I pan my camera over there, that is indeed number 9, Connor Dean. Might be checking in earlier than anticipated. Josh, it's 2-2. Oh, it's low by the slightest. Looking hard to pitch to a smaller dude because his strike zone's such shorter. But Alex Sloan waits on deck unless there's a triple play by some crazy chance. Doubt the runners will go because, of course, the bases are loaded. Josh Butcher on 3-2. Walks him. That's your first run of the ball game for either school. It's not what you like to see. Just had him, too. He had 2 strikes. Second time he's issued a full count walk today. Alex Sloan looking to bust it wide open for St. V. St. M. Which Staub is going to inform Connor they might be checking in soon. Pops it up, ain't nobody going to get it. Josh Butcher, a rare run surrendered for him this season, only his 3rd earned run. He's really been doing good all season. Right now, he's in a jelly of a jam. And he just made 2-0 on a drill batter. As things might be starting to snowball for the good guys. 2-0 in the top half of the 5th inning. We're in a world of trouble, to say the least, and Coach Jay Grissom wants to talk things over. that the end of the line? Yes, it is the end of the line. Josh did not record a single out. Coach Grissom trying to calm him down out there. The counter's checking in, our third pitcher of the contest. Things like these are going to happen. Again, best that happens in a meaningless exhibition match than it is in the playoffs. Josh Butcher's got to be kicking himself after that rough performance. He gave up 2 runs, has the bases loaded, and did not record a single out. Alex Sloan got hit. So it'll be Matt Engelhardt coming up. That's not what you like to see. Engelhardt can bust it wide open, too. 2 runs on 2 hits. Both did not leave the infield. And let's think 2 hits, 2 walks, and a hit batter for Josh Butcher. All part of a frustrating outing for him. But again, best he does it now than later on in the playoffs. And yeah, no sign Dan Miller, Reed Oney, or Cooper Richnavsky today. The usual suspects you see on the mound. And Josh is also a suspect that you see on the mound. He's done a great job. I mean, through that complete game shutout against Walsh Jesuit, he's only given up 4 earned runs in his outings this season, which is really good. He's in danger of making it inflated a little bit to 7, perhaps, if they can cash in all their runners. It's 2-0 Irish in the top half of the 5th. Nobody out, bases loaded, and Matt Engelhardt up. One more, says the home plate umpire. It's Carradine with a tall task, trying to get us out of this jam. Not going to be the easiest task in the history of mankind. Yori at third, Whitney at second, Sloan at first, and still nobody out. 2 got cashed in for St. V. St. M. We don't have a hit. They have 3 hits, and now worst part is they have 2 runs to go along with it. Anticipating a bunt, perhaps. Connor's throwing some gas, but he just threw that one way upstairs. Danger of losing our 5th game of the season out here, folks. Connor's 1-0, fouled back 1-1. Nobody out here in the top of the 5th, where 2 have been cashed in for St. V. Now the bottom of the order due up in the bottom of the 5th inning, if we get there. Connor, flare strike 2 in there. There we go. That's more like it. 1-2. Connor Dean walking at Cole Fernandez, the catcher. Connor sometimes plays catcher out there. This time he's pitching. He gets the first out of the inning. Boy, do we need that. So now JJ Pytash comes up to bat. Remember that name from last year? He's a junior for the Irish. Bases loaded, 1 out, 2-0. St. V. St. M is all winning. That's a strike. Good pitch there by Connor. 0-1. It's all right if you're Josh. I know it's not the outing you wanted, but still, again, good they did now then instead of the playoffs. Connor fires strike 2 in there. You can't be mad at Josh at all. I mean, he's had himself a whale of a season, and not to mention, you know, meaningless regular season game out here, exhibition match at its finest, at its purest. 0-2, Connor. He missed by the slightest of margins, I suppose. 1-2 to JJ. Ryland Hurley waits patiently on deck. Unless, of course, there's a double play. And boy, would we love a double play. Fouled. He spoils that thing back. St. V. St. M still has, let's see here, Yori at third, Whitney at second, and Sloan at first. But now they have one out. This is their number 3 hole hitter, JJ Pytash. And he's out on strikes as well. 2 gone. Now it's the 8th batter of the inning for St. V. St. M and Rylan Hurley. Hurley without a hit. To make a play, says Cole. Let's hopefully make a play out here. Was in the gap right center last time. That's what Colton had to catch. He really had to charge in. Strike 1, 0-1. Connor looking in control out here as if nothing is going on for St. V. St. M. He's playing like it at least. Here comes his nothing in 1. And he's made nothing in 2. Good pitch. Now St. V. St. M may not get another run in. Who knows? 0-2. That's all I know. Connor with Rylan up. He's getting the call from Cole. It's 0-2 right here. Did not finish him. It's outside by a little bit. 1-2. I know the home plate umpire's got a much better view than I do, to say the least. That always continuing. In fact, he's right behind it, and I'm on the third base side, of course. 1-2. Connor Dean gets him to roll one right back to Connor Dean. The flip down to Gibb, and crisis averted somewhat. Damage limited, but damage done. 2 runs got cashed in. It's going to be Gerd. It's going to be Cole. It's going to be Parker. For a team that does not have a single hit thus far today. It's got to change relatively soon. It's 2-0 here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. We're halfway home in the 5th inning at least. Number 10, that is Joe Danzy. He is going to re-enter in the game at third after drawing a walk back in the top half of the 5th. That could have been much worse, ladies and gentlemen. But Connor Dean came out there and came in firing. Aiden Roberts staying out there on the mound for the St. V. St. M. Irish, St. Vincent, St. Mary. Dan and Reed, the usual 2 suspects on the mound, just throwing the football around. I see. You won't see them on the mound today. Why waste them when you got a playoff game in 2 days from now against the Walsh Jesuit Warriors? The Walsh Jesuit Warriors won't be easy. They got a Tennessee commit on the mound Wednesday. And let me tell you, Tennessee's got a mighty, mighty good baseball program. Coach Grissom said he won't be surprised if Walsh's starters going in the draft immediately out of high school. Already throws high 90s, too. That's nuts. That's a high school pitcher we're talking about. And he's going to be going to Tennessee next year if he doesn't go to the MLB draft. All righty. Luke Girding, try and guess our first hit of the afternoon. As we have 0 hits through 4 innings. We've had 2 walks, 1 by Colton, 1 by Dan, and 1 hit batter. That was Dobbs. So Gerd will have to provide some firepower out here for the good guys. Don't stop believing plays, and hopefully these kids won't stop believing. It's, again, a meaningless exhibition match, but still feels nice to win, not fun to lose. Ooh, Gerd's going to hit one high in the air out into deep center field. That ball is going to be caught, however, 1 pitch, 1 out. That was, of course, none other than Rylan Hurley. Good hitting, too. Shokowski, you need me? Okie dokie. Cole is up. After the first pitch out to lead off the bottom half of the fifth inning. Cole Fernandez watches a strike 0-1. I would assume Connor's going to return in the sixth inning. As Cole's down 0-2 meanwhile. Jaden Roberts. He lets it go. And he lets it go upstairs. That's always a good thing. 1-2, however, to the catcher. Roberts trying to continue this no-hit train they've been on. He misses outside 2-2. John Klimzak faced the first 11 batters of the ball game without giving up a hit. Went 2 2/3 in the process. And right now, 5 outs for him, and it could be 6 right here, but it goes foul out of play. Roberts has gone 1 2/3 of no-hit innings. He lets his pitch go. Cole is going to foul tip it in the mitt. No fast talking from me for that. 2 gone. Parker Janicus. We are not doing good batting, I'll tell you that. Again, meaningless game, but still, you never again no hit, especially happened to you once this year. Ball 1 low. Happened against Revere. Future ball walls commit Chase Clifford on the mound that day. Made us look silly. Parker to third, but easy play there. Danzy down, and that's a nice and easy 1-2-3 inning yet again. Aiden Roberts had to give up a base runner today. He's retired the first 7 men he's faced. Coach Grissom wants to talk things over. Looks like we will see Will Rogas check in second base for the Black and Green Brigade. Nice to see Will always out there. He's been splitting time at second with Parker all season long. So it's going to be Will Tober, Joe Danzy, and Aiden Reynolds leading off in the top half of the sixth. Will Tober, the only dude that did not come up in the top half of the fifth inning and was a baseball, can go on to say the least for the Irish. Dan's got to be careful out there, especially with the playoff game looming. Yeah, you deserve that. Dan was throwing a left hand. Usually he's right handed out there. And look at Dan. He's throwing a left hand, and he's got a not bad spiral on either. He's usually right handed, as you know by now. We got the baseballs back in. At least we'll have the top of the order due up in the bottom half of the sixth inning for a hitless Hornet team. And Liam Zielinski out in left field for Luke Girding. Liam Zielinski checking in at left field, number 2 for the good guys. You see the number 2 right there. Tober leads off for St. V. St. M in a 2-0 contest. What's the final score? The no-hitter, too. Earlier this year against Revere, that ball is just going to go all the way behind Cole. 1-0. Tober does not have a hit today. He is 0 for 2. And again, Connor messing well outside. 2-0. St. V. St. M looking for their 19th win, as are we. And now Connor just can't find the plate at all. 3-0 to Will. Joe Danzy waiting patiently on deck, I believe. 3-0, he just walked him on 4. So Will Tober just watched 4 bad pitches consecutively. Did not look like Condine out there in the top half of the 5th, I'll tell you that, as it looks like number 21, that would be Anderson Campbell checking back in for St. V. St. M. Did hit one in the left field last time. He's 0 for 1 this contest, or 1 for 1 with the run scored. And he misses again, Connor. Nobody stirring in the bullpen. We've already used 3 pitchers today. Now, if we don't want to use Dan or Reed, as that one misses as well. 6 consecutive balls for Connor. When does it start to get inside your head? Hopefully not for Connor. Hopefully not for him. There's a 2-0 count. And there we go. 2-1. He got a swing and a miss out of Joe Danzy. Top half of inning number 6, Irish on top by a score of 2 zilch. He misses barely. 3-1. Aiden Reynolds on deck. Connor needs a strike here, and he won't get a strike here. He just missed that one flat out upstairs. And you definitely don't want to deal with any, what do you call it? More pitchers out here on a day like this when I don't want to use Reed or Dan. I doubt they're going. Bet Connor's going to finish off this inning regardless of how it ends. So 9 balls and 1 strike this inning. Aiden rounds the next man up for the Irish. Had a bunt single last time. Finally, a strike there by Connor. Did he need that like crazy? Let's can bust this wide open on a guy like Connor. Let's hope he doesn't, though. Looking at second is Dean. He wants it going 1-1. It's a good bunt. That's a perfect bunt. Connor's going to have to throw that one down. And Will Rogus is thrown offline on that. Oh, what's going on? Connor was so sharp in the top half of the 5th inning. Here in top of the 6th, he's got the bases on, nobody out. But that's what he did. That's what he was dealt with in the top of the 5th. Came out pretty easily. And it's actually number 23, Steven Talley, pinch running for St. V. St. M. I thought they were going to roll with the same dude, but I guess not. Quinn Yori's up. Yori to Gibb, and Gibb fumbles it. It's going to be a throw to the plate. It's an out. No, it's a safe. It was offline. Really can't believe it. It's not a good play. Freddie Whitney up in a 3-0 contest as the Irish are still threatening. Gibb fumbled that thing at first. Rare play for him right there. Swinging a miss 0-1. It's not been on our A game today, I'll tell you that. We're not really treating it like a regular game, of course, as there's a step off the mound. Can't really treat it like a regular game, of course, as there's another step off the mound. It's 0-1. Nobody out. Bases loaded. They got Danzy at third, Reynolds at second, Yori at first. One attempt, he got a good one down. Dobbs has got to throw that thing down to Will Rogus and get the out, but another run cashed out. Alex Sloan with an empty bag at first. We'll see if Coach Grissom wants to put him on for free. I'd be surprised if Mr. Jay Grissom wants to put him on for free, but he's not. Alex Sloan in a 4-0 contest. St. V. St. M having their way all of a sudden. He misses inside according to the home plate umpire. Connor. This will be our 5th loss of the year, lest we can wake up the bats in any way, shape, or form. They're just fast asleep right now. Strike one. Connor got it right there. It's been walk, bunt, single, error. And St. V has 4 hits on the contest. Connor lets it go 1-1. And he fires inside 2-1. Only difference between the 5th inning was that Connor inherited a bases loaded, nobody out jam. This time he's really dancing with danger and has given up some runs. 4-0 in favor of the Irish. And it could be 5-0. Nope, that's popped up right to Will Rogas. 2 gone. Vern thought about tagging, trying to perhaps get a throw, and there in the throw was Aiden Reynolds. And Englehart. 7th batter of the inning for St. V. St. M. With their squad up 4-0. We'll have the top of the order due up in the bottom half of the 6th inning. There's a good pitch there by Connor. 0-1. Englehart, as St. V. Sam hasn't really had too many balls leave the outfield today. Leave the infield, I would say. 1-2. Struck out a lot, had some bunt singles. 3 bunt singles today. When one ball is dropped in the outfield, that was via Joe Danzy, a single out into left field. It was a ground ball, too. That one's it high in the air out to Sean right turn. Who's going to catch that? Colton Winston's going to catch that. Damage limited, damage done. This will have Colton waiting off in the top or bottom half of the 6th inning. He'll be followed by Anthony DePompe. He'll be followed by Casey Miser. This has not been fun all of a sudden. Went from a good pitcher's duel to St. V. St. M really having their way. It's tough to see that, ladies and gentlemen, but again, your team's not going to hit. If your bullpen's not going to show up, best to do it now. It's a meaningless game after all. Aiden Roberts back out on the mound for St. V. St. M. He's retired all 7 batters he's faced. So we're down to our last 6 outs of the contest. Fortunately, this ain't no postseason game. It's basically the closest you'll get to an exhibition match here in high school baseball. Colton Anthony Casey, one of those dudes needs to get a hit. We don't have a single hit today. We've had 3 base runners. Colton, one of them, that was a leadoff walk. He did get to 30, did not score. Dan Miller also got on base today. He got down third, but he didn't score either. Nick Dubkowski also got on base today. He got to second and he didn't score. He got hit. All right, Colton, let's get a rally going. Let's get a rally going. Nothing has been easy. Tommy Maroon here, WHBW. Hit the like button, subscribe button, bell icon. Colton up. First pitch to Mr. Winston. Found out of play. Nobody's back there, fortunately. There's no youth lacrosse back there, youth soccer, whatever. Roberts. He's got him right where he wants him. 0-2. And Roberts again. Fires high and away. A waste pitch if I ever saw one. 1-2 to Colton. Colton just needs to get on base in any way, shape, or form. Doesn't necessarily have to be a hit. 2-2. There we go. Count start off 0-2. It's now become a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Josh hanging out of the bullpen right now. Jake will join him in a second as a 2-2. Hold on, timeout. Run surrendered by Josh. 2 runs surrendered by Connor today. No hits for us. Ooh, it missed barely. 3-2 full count. Colton down 0-2. He's now made it a full count. Anthony DePompe on deck. Roberts on 3-2, trying to get back in it. He does. Anthony DePompe's up. And the good guys still searching for their first hit of the day. Still searching for that illustrious hit number 1. Anthony, I tried bunting here. You got third baseman playing way back. Oh, he's going to foul one instead. First base out of play. Look at Danzy right there. It's way back. Try to slap one down the third base line if I'm Anthony. 1-1. Surprised he didn't take a bruise with him. And Grissom's going to be that upset if the final score holds. So in fact, that's a meaningless game. 2-1. Turning away from it is Anthony. It's not a no-hitter to your conference foe or in the playoffs either. Anthony's going to hit one first base side. Easy play for Reynolds, 2 gone. That's about AWOL all day for the good guys. 5 2/3 innings. Casey Miser was the first batter to greet Aiden Roberts. Is up. I was still looking for that hit number 1 today. Anthony rather frustrated out there. There's a lot of frustration in our dugout right now. Casey, ooh, that's strike 101. Don't know if Connor's going to return to the mound or whatnot on the top of the 7th, as I saw Josh and Jake in the bullpen. Casey out on left center field. There we go. Our first hit of the day is 100th career hit. He's thinking about second base, and he's going to be safe. 100 career hits for Casey Miser. Boy, did he need that. And we'll throw it in, and Coach Grissom can give that to Mr. Stobbs. Man, can that wake up the bats? Let's hope it does. Grady Gibb comes up to bat. A good accomplishment for an even incredible and even more incredible player and person, of course. Casey, a class act through and through. He definitely deserves 100 career hits. Stancing at second. Grady takes 1-0. Boy, oh boy, won't get no hit. Thank God. That was really driving me nuts. Ooh, he has to limbo out of the way of that thing. 2-0 to Grady. Dan would be next. 2-0 here to the first baseman, Gibb. Roberts trying to do nothing, I guess, as it's still a 2-0 count to Grady Gibb. Roberts trying to get something going out here. What's it going, 2-0? He's down 3-0. Good. Dan's on deck. He would be next. 3-0. Grady. I bet he has the red white out here. And that's why. Ball 4, take your base. Dan Miller comes up to bat with a tying run waiting patiently on deck, perhaps. And Nick Dubkowski. Hayden Roberts will stay out there. No conference. Dan Miller's up. Come on. One hit today for us. 5 base runners today for us. Dan Miller's up. Oh, right to short. Easy play. Stops, pops, throws. 3 gone. Well, he hit it hard. He just hit it right to the shortstop, Matt Engelhardt. And so much for a 2-out rally. St. V, St. M 4. And the Black and Green Brigade are yet to get on the board. At least Casey got his 100th career hit, and at least he got our first hit of the contest. As Connor Dean will be back out there. Had a shaky 6th inning. Got out of it with damage limited, but still, things not looking good for us. I'll be honest, I'd be lying if I said I felt good about this game. I think Pytash is leading off, followed by Hurley, then Tober. That would be the meat of the order to 3, 4, 5. Is that JJ Pytash? I believe it is number 8 for the Irish, and sure enough, that is number 8 for St. V, St. M. St. Vincent, St. Mary. Lot. That's all I know. I don't know how many. Wish I did. I wish I knew, but I don't. So Dobbs and Gibb wishing Connor some luck out there. JJ Pytash is leading off for St. V. St. M. They got a 4-run cushion. Oh, the music stops out here. First pitch. Whoa. And away. Connor inherited trouble, put trouble on in the 6th inning, and then got out of it with 2 runs apiece. And he messes again. That dances back. Cole's going to have to get that thing. Can breathe a little bit easier and go to bed a little bit better tonight, considering the fact that we won't get no hit for a second time this year. 2-1, fouled. AJ trying to get something going for the Irish. Pytash. 3-1. Coach Grissom telling Connor to challenge him here. High bouncer to third. That is a foul ball. Ooh, thank God that was foul. I think Pytash would have outlegged that thing. The next got a good arm, but that's a tall task for a third baseman. How are you, Mr. Lukowski? Good. So this count becomes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and Connor Dean got him with a foul tip in the mitt. 1 gone. There we go. Rylan Hurley's up. Hurley. We're going to get something going. Our leadoff man's been retired to start off the inning since the 3rd. High in the air out to right. Casey Miser camps underneath it for the 2nd half of the inning. That's a 1-pitch out. All righty. Gotta love it, especially if you're Connor. But now here comes Will Telber. Telber walked last time. No. This is number 30, Ryan Pytash, a freshman. Ryan Pytash, a freshman, is coming up to pinch hit for Will Telber. Telber would be the DH in this case scenario, but they pinch hit for him. That's a beautiful pitch there by Connor. 0-1. Nothing in one. Nothing in two. See Dobbs right there. He's going to lead off the bottom half of the seventh with the good guys. It's a pretty difficult task out here to cash in 4 runs against St. V. St. M in the bottom of the seventh, down 4, of course, 4-0. That inning's going to start out. Ball did get away from Cole, and Cole goes down to Gibb. That concludes matters here in the top half of the seventh. So for the first time since the fourth, nothing doing for St. V. St. M. And on the scoreboard for the first time since the third, they go down in order, and we're going to need a rally like crazy, ladies and gentlemen. One measly hit combined from John Klemzak and Aiden Roberts. Be surprised if, wait a minute, it wouldn't be girding on deck. It would be rather none other than William Zelensky. 4 losses for us thus far this year, in deep danger of becoming 5. Best to lose now in the middle of definitely a humble check, a reality check for us heading into a game like Walsh. Can't go in there being all cocky and confident. But Dobbs will lead off the bottom half of inning number 7 for the good guys. We are down 4-0. How we got the win if we somehow miraculously come back in the bottom half of the 7th inning. This is the last gasp of breath for the good guys. And Roberts staying out there to nobody's surprise. So Dobbs is kicking things off in the bottom half of the 7th. Gonna need a rally going, ladies and gentlemen. Gonna need a rally going. Indeed, Logan Spade is pinch hitting for William Zelensky. I'm not surprised by that whatsoever. Dobbs got hit earlier today. That was back in the 2nd. Ball 1 inside. Let's say you want to take a bruiser out here, but this is a meaningless regular season game. You don't want to risk an injury, to say the least. 1-0. Ooh, I don't know what he's swinging at there. I do know it's 1-1 to Nick. It's all good. Future University Heights receiver waiting for his 1-1 pitch. And he's down 1-2. 1-2, and in the driver's seat now, Aiden Roberts. He will let it go, and he will hit it high in the air out to right center. Easy play for the right fielder. 1 gone. Brady Whitney playing right as 24 checks in for 2. That would be number 24, Logan Spate. 1 hit, but boy, was it a big hit, because it got Casey Miser's 100th hit at Highland. Logan fouls one the other way, 0-1. Down to our last 5 strikes of the ball game, ladies and gentlemen. It's not fun in the 5th and 6th inning, but otherwise, not fun really. 1 hit. 1-1, and you gotta take bad pitches and cannot try to crush them to death. There it comes. Logan's gonna foul that thing back, making it 1-2. Coach Grisham still clapping on the good guys out here. Cole waiting patiently on deck. Logan in trouble out here on 1-2. And he wisely takes 2-2. Gotta get base runners out here. Cannot try to crush the ball. You gotta get on base. That's all you gotta do. Logan is in a full count now. Again, Cole Fernandez waiting patiently on deck. Payoff coming up here from Roberts, shaking off the catcher. Now gets the sign, lets it go. And he walked Logan. Oh boy, do we need that. Boy, oh boy, do we need that. We're going to have Cam Lovejoy pinch run for Logan Spade out there at first. Gotta get that speed upgrade in any way, shape, or form, ladies and gentlemen. Good job by Logan is right as Cole Fernandez is up with Parker Janicus waiting patiently on deck. Come on, big rally right here, please. He fouls that off the catcher, 0-1, Cole Fernandez. That ricocheted towards the St. V. St. M dugout. Nothing in one. Nothing in one to the catcher. Like everyone minus Casey, does not have a hit today. We'll have to change it here. Expecting the catcher, Alex Sloan, behind the plate. Looks like he's all right. It's 4-0 in favor of St. V. St. M. Getting down to our last 5 strikes of the contest. Ground ball would be the death of us. 1-1 to Cole Fernandez. He misses low and in. See Parker Janicus on the right of your screen. That dude is waiting on deck. Or would he? 1-1 coming up here from Roberts. Here it comes. That drilled Cole Fernandez. Okay, then Parker Janicus is up. Tying runs on deck. Parker Janicus is indeed re-entering for Will Rogas. They gonna take the ball out of Roberts' hands? They might be, folks. They might be. So while we wait for that, I'm Tommy Marin here, WHBW. Remind you, hit the like button, subscribe button, bell icon. Might have ourselves a contest all of a sudden. Parker Janicus up with Cam Lovejoy at second, Cole Fernandez at first. There's one gone, however, so a ground ball would end up being the death of us, but still, you never know what can happen. They break huddle out there. Parker, the number 9 hole hitter's up. Just needs to get on base in any way, shape, or form. Doesn't matter if it's a hit or whatnot. Just get on base. Get them loaded at least. Let everybody do their thing. Ball 1 to Parker. That's good. Again, Cam at second. Cole at first. We dare to double steal. 1-0 coming up. Parker flares one to first. That ball is going to be caught. We'll be down to our last out. So very anticlimactic for Parker Janicus. Fulton wins their last out. So it would be Roberts on the win. Josh Butcher with his second loss of the season. This game wasn't even supposed to be played until a few days ago. Both schools trying to stay warm for regional. St. V. St. M's got Hoban later this week. We have, of course, Walsh. Ball 1 to Colton. Walsh will be Wednesday. We've Hoban for the Irish will also be Wednesday. Colton Winston, tying run, Anthony DePompe on deck. 2-0 to Colton. Colton Winston. Come on, Colton's right. 2-0 here, getting ready again. The pitch. It just bounced that one. Both runners are going to advance an extra 90. You got to stay there for Cam Lovejoy. 3-0, don't go. At least that's just me speaking if I'm Colton Winston. Empty bag at first. Anthony DePompe would be next. Rio. All of a sudden, we might have a tying run at the plate. As if Colton can get on base. He swung at 3-0. I'm shocked. 3-1. He fouled that back. I just gave Aiden Roberts a whole bunch of confidence, folks. You can sure bet. Roberts with Anthony waiting on deck. 3-1. Here we go. Flared out to shallow left, now dropping fair territory. 1 run in. Cole Fernandez slips and falls. He's got to get back to third, and he will. So a second hit of the contest for the good guys. It will prevent the shutout, so I can sleep a little bit easier again now. Due to the fact that we didn't get shut out and we didn't get one hit today. Good job there by Colton Winston as Anthony DePompe's up with the centerpiece, Casey Miser, on deck, perhaps. Four to one. Aiden Roberts with Anthony on at the plate rather. Cole at third, Colton at first. He's gonna fire upstairs 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes here to the shortstop. I can get on base for the first time today. He's 2-0 now, and good old Casey Miser would be next, folks. 2-0 here. Anthony DePompe waiting the pitch. He swings, hits one out to left. This ought to do it. Going back to left fielder, and he just barely catches, and the game is over. Had to be a little more patient for Anthony, especially with a guy like Casey waiting on deck. But the Irish win 4-1 today. Again, Aiden Roberts on the win and Josh Butcher on the loss. Had to be patient for Anthony. But, oh well. I'm Tommy Maroon. Thanking you folks for watching today. We'll see you Wednesday at Gates Mills Gilmore Academy. Hey, John, we'll be playing the Walsh Jesuit Warriors there at a neutral spot. That will be a very interesting ball game. That'll be an audio broadcast. But until then, I'm Tommy Maroon thanking you. And so long, everybody.